Hello, hello. This Well, all right. Hello, hello. This is Ayanna Smith with Money Talks with Ayanna Smith, and I am a financial professional, and I help people make and save money in a tax-free manner. I also help people to not only get that tax-free, build their money tax-free, but get the tax-free retirement, because the power of zero is amazing, right? You want to make sure you don't owe anything in taxes, but you want to maximize all that you can so that you may live off of the fruit of your labor and your paycheck, and not just living from paycheck to paycheck. And so also help people to garner their money and put their funds in places so that they can build wealth for their children's children, and also to send kids to college or help them to start a business, because everybody may not go to college. They may go to college and want to start businesses, and that's perfectly fine. But isn't it much more of a stepping stone or catapult to have a nest egg waiting so that you can seed that money into good ground and help your family members to go where they need to go, or help yourself go where you need to go? So again, my name is Ayanna Smith, and I welcome you to Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And we're going to get into a few tips. We're talking about some tips, and we want to talk about some tools to help us in our mindset with our money. But one thing I wanted to just share out this evening, I want to get with it. See, just one second. Let's put some eyes on. Just a second to make sure that we are on point and on time with this. I wanted to share a statistic with you. Basically, it says LIMRA is a source that we utilize. Basically, it's an insurance barometer from LIMRA. Okay, and it says, according to a recent study, 48% of Americans that can provide tax-free benefits to you, your family, help you in the time that you get too sick, live too long, die too soon. All of that can be beneficial for you, and you. Contrary to popular belief, the often rebuttal that I may get sometimes from people is, oh, I have life insurance for my job. And you know what? It's so common, because it's so common for people to say, oh, and try to cut me off. Oh, I have life insurance on my job. Well, you know what? I had life insurance on my job too. But then when I delved into it and realized that it wasn't going to do anything for me if I got too sick, it wasn't going to do anything for me if I left that job and didn't have it anymore, or got fired or let go, that life insurance was not going with me. If, someone said, oh, I've had people, I have 4 or 5 times my salary. That's wonderful. But what do you have in the event? Is that 4 or 5 times your salary going to take care of you if you got sick? Oh, I have disability. Well, you have to even look at some tax ramifications with things like that, disability. So those are personal things that we have to talk about, because remember, I always say, it's not a one size fits all. It's a one size fits you. So let's have the time out for the rebuttals of, oh, I have life insurance for my job. And then some people are walking around without anything, just irresponsible, don't have anything at all, no coverage. If they dropped right now, their family would be in total disarray. Oh, I get my money fast. I put my money other places. That is wonderful. But I will tell you, the stock market is great. And there are other currencies that people are investing in. They're great. However, in the time of need and liquid, sometimes it may not be so great if it's not going to help you if you have a health crisis. So we have to make sure that we're covered all the way around. I like to say we want to have a balanced diet. We want to have a plate that is balanced, with not just all meats, not all starches, and not all greens. We want to have a plate that is mixed. And for those, and your meat substitutes, I'm going to be inclusive. Or if you don't eat meat, just make sure you have something that's balanced. such as it is when we're talking about our finances and our financial portfolios and building those things. We want to talk about it. We want to talk about it because I always say this. Here's the mantra: money is always talking. And you probably can finish the sentence, even if we aren't talking about it. So we always have to have a conversation about money. We always have to have a conversation about what it can do for us. We always have to have a conversation about the cash flow. You have to make sure that it is flowing. The only way that is going to flow is if we find out a way to flow. So we can even connect on that. If you want to build cash flow and you say, hey, I don't have enough money coming in, we can talk about how you can get more money coming in, because this industry is just booming and expanding. So it's an opportunity here for everybody to eat. Everybody can eat. And everybody, let's just ask yourself a question. Do you know anyone who needs to know just a little bit more about what they have? Can they explain what they have? Has anybody ever explained it to them? Well, I can refer and recollect on the times when nobody explained anything to me, and it was as if I had to get it when I got it and when I got it. So yeah, so glad to see you all up here this evening. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So glad to see you all coming on. Yes. So here we are. And so as I'm going to read that stat one more time when we're talking about the insurance, and then we're going to get and talk about some things that are going to dispel some misconceptions. Let's do that tonight and talk about that. So it says, according to a recent study, 48% of American adults do not own life insurance. That is amazing. And among that uninsured population, 46% said they hadn't purchased any life insurance because no one had approached them. Well, like I said, consider yourself approached. Yes, I can help you so that you can make sure that you have all the things properly protected, not just life insurance, but being properly protected so you will have what you need in the time that you need it and not in the time of scuffle. Okay, so let's look this evening. We're going to look at some misconceptions. We're going to go back. Let's see. I'm going to use some notes so we can move. Use some notes and some eyes so that we can talk about what we need to share this evening. Okay. So now here are some top misconceptions about life insurance. So some top misconceptions about life insurance. It says life insurance is too expensive. Well, you know what? Life insurance is too expensive. Expensive in comparison to what? Let me tell you let me make a suggestion or help you to think about this, because I want to put a challenge out to you as well. And I want to make sure that you do this challenge, because then it probably won't seem like certain things are so expensive when we realize what we really put out sometimes on a daily or weekly basis in our budgets, or the lack thereof of a budget. Okay, so here we are. It says life insurance is too expensive. So with that, it says here, it says it's too expensive. And here we go. It says more than half of Americans overestimate that. They overestimate the cost of insurance, and they as much as threefold. They just overshoot and think that it's so expensive. But you know what? And that's true of maybe the younger generations. But I will tell you, for the cost of what you spend a day on something to eat, if you spend $5 a day on lunch, or up to $10 a day, most things are about $10 every time you go out to eat. When you agree? Well, if you multiply that times 30 days, that alone is what, $300, if I have my mathematics correct, my calculations correct. Yeah, so we have money. We just have to make sure that we're using it to benefit us. So we need to talk about that. We can talk about that and have a quick conversation to really talk about how you can put that money aside to work for you. Okay, so that's a misconception. Misconception number one. So let's look at misconception number two. Misconception number two. I already talked about this one. It says my workplace life insurance is enough. Well, that's a major misconception, because the life insurance is only going to go up for so much on your job. This is where you need that bridge to blend and put together something for you and your family to make sure that you and your family are covered. Because here's the thing. Most of the time, jobs are not going to cover the family members. It only covers the people that are employed, unless it's some type of other plan that that I'm not familiar with, and it's okay. We can talk about that. Like I said, it's specific to everybody. So with that, it says my workplace life insurance is enough. 29% of American workers believe that the coverage is enough from work. And no, but it says the median life insurance coverage offered at the workplace is either a flat sum of $20,000 or 1 year's salary. And like I said, some people say I've encountered 2 times salary. I know that most states plan, state as in like I'm in the Virginia state plan. So they may do 2 times the salary. But what is that when your bills may end up being, your house alone may be worth $250,000? Is 2 times your salary going to pay off your house? Okay, something to think about. And then it says more than half of U.S. households rely on dual incomes. Ding, ding, ding. If we relying on 2 incomes, meaning you have a spouse or significant other, 2 incomes in the home, what happens when the breadwinner passes away? The whole family is devastated. That's loss of income. So you have to make sure that you're properly protected so that you can cover the loss of income. That is also very, very important and very, very necessary. So it's not going to cover loss of income into that home because nobody continues to get paid after someone passes away. You let me know if that's true or not, okay? And then it says, according to a survey, 42% of families would face a financial hardship within 6 months, and 25% would suffer financially within a month. So this is just immediate crashing and burning when we're not properly protected and not properly prepared and not properly covered with income replacement. Life insurance does more than just put people in the ground, or if they choose not to go in the ground, choose to be cremated. It does more than that. When we think about it in a comprehensive way, when we sit down and talk with a financial professional such as myself or someone else you may know, but I prefer you to sit down and we talk about how there's going to be a plan for you and your family. And then misconception number 3, and we're almost finished. Misconception number 3, it is too difficult to buy life insurance. Absolutely not. The process is very easy, non-threatening, and we can walk you through all the steps. And here we go with our stats. Nearly half of Americans, 46% say they have put off purchasing the coverage they know they need. Let's not put it off any further today. It may not be something that we don't want to talk about, but if you don't talk about it, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And here we are. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you so much for being on here. If COVID-19 didn't show the people they needed to be prepared, I don't know what showed us. Okay. Absolutely. And sometimes it was a little too late, but I tell you what, it's not too late. If you're still healthy, have made it through, come on, let's talk about this and get some things in order for you, your children, family members that don't have anything. Let's talk and see if we can get them some help. Okay. Also, it says the pandemic, and here we are right here, Cynthia. The pandemic has accelerated the adoption of simplified underwriting. So yeah, I would say, and what that means in layman's terms, when COVID hit, to give you the real backdrop, and it may help some, when COVID hit, the insurance companies made that accommodation to help us who are financial professionals to be able to help you, the potential uncover, or the person who wanted to add on more to their portfolio. And so there were some changes in the medical underwriting and all that stuff like that. And that's the technical side of things, but that's just an educational point and something to keep in mind, that things were lifted and shifted and reshaped so that people would be able to get coverage, because they kept in mind that we were in a season, or have been in a season, where we were not able to be face to face. But however, it didn't stop people from saying, hey, I need to take care of myself. So don't let it stop you. Okay. All right. And make sure that you connect with me. We'll make sure that we talk. You can just say hello. You might find out a little bit more that you need a little bit more, even saying hello. Okay. So let's keep going. All right. So going on with this, it also says 48% of consumers say they are more likely to buy life insurance using simplified underwriting. So like I said, see, accommodations have been made. So what's stopping you? Okay. And then misconception number 4. And if anybody has any questions, please put them in the chat and then let's talk about it, or direct message me. Please, I'll give you my information on how to connect with me in just a few moments. Misconception number 4 is, I don't need life insurance until I am older. Well, I can just put the paper down on this one. We need life insurance time we come out into the world. Okay. Life insurance can be garnered on children as young as 15 days old. And if it's strategized appropriately, they can be what we call #1,000,000 babies. And if you want to, you say, well, I'm older and we know that the insurance may be higher for me. Well, get it on your younger children. You can fund it and we can show you how to do that. And everybody can glean and it can grow. It will be coverage, yes, but it will also be a tool and an avenue to save and grow money tax-free. We need to talk about these things because it is real. Some people say it's too good to be true. Well, you know what? My mentor says it's good and it's true, but we need to have a talk about it. That's why we talk about money talks, okay? Because money is always talking, even if we aren't talking about it, but let's talk about it, okay? All right, so I don't need a life insurance until I'm older. It says younger consumers who don't have a spouse, don't have a partner, don't have dependents, most of the time they're just like, man, it's okay. It's just me. Why do I need life insurance? When they believe they can go putting it off. But like I said, there are some strategies through the vehicle of life insurance that can help build money that then that younger person, by the time they get in their 40s and their 50s and on, they're set. They have money. They have money to do many other things with. Like I said, build that portfolio, have that balanced diet, have that balanced portfolio diet, that balanced meal on your plate of different strategies. There are different strategies to put your money in, but let's talk about how we can do something that will grow consistently over time. Okay, and then as we go into our descent here, it says, in reality, the life insurance is significantly less expensive for the young and the healthy. So buying a policy can protect their financial future and the financial security of their loved ones, which just cosigns on what I just was saying. And so nearly 4 in 10 insured consumers wish they had purchased their policies at a younger age. And I concur with that. Absolutely so. Because for what someone younger, 20s, teens, and all that can get something for, it's different when you are in your 40s, and once you turn 50 and over, the rates do increase, but it is not unobtainable. So I say, don't walk around without anything. Consider making sure that you have something that is going to fit you, your budget, your family, your needs. We have to go through that, talk about that. So as we are looking, we want to make sure that you have a way to connect with me by subscribing to my YouTube channel at the Ayanna Smith. Some people are viewing from that platform, and also go to Instagram at Ask Ayanna_Financial Pro, and my Facebook page, Ask for Ayanna. And some of you all are looking at the actual Facebook, that my personal Facebook page. But please, let's connect, because remember, money is always talking, even if we aren't talking about it. And also connect with me tomorrow night. I will be on, this will be Friday. I'll be on with the money strategist, Miss Rita Oliver, who is a money coach, and we will be talking about this 6 months financial checkup. Where are we? Have we met the goals that we wanted to meet? What goals are we looking to meet as we go forward from this mid-year checkup until the end of the year. What are we looking forward to doing? Because 2022 is really right around the corner. I mean, it's so close. And yeah, and that's what we need to do. And the challenge that I wanted to put out when I talked about you thinking about at the top of our message here tonight, our show, I asked, do you think that you could save yourself $5, $7, $10 a day? Well, if you spend $10 a day, perhaps going out to eat on an average is $10 to get a sandwich and something to drink. Then can you not see yourself putting that away for yourself to build, to grow, to have yourself protected and building a nest egg for you in a tax-free way? Would that be something that you would consider? And do you know someone who could benefit from that? If it's not you, then who? Okay, so this is Money Talks with Ayanna Smith, and the challenge to you is to track all expenses. When I said you see what you're spending a day, track all your expenses for 7 days. So we want to do a 7-day challenge where you can track all your expenses. This is when you're probably replaying it or watching it. Whenever your first time seeing this, make sure from that 7th day of you watching this that you write down all your expenses, track your expenses for each day for 7 days, and add that money up. You may want to put it in a column of whether it was food or groceries or what have you, and what have you budgeted. What was something that you just swiped and didn't think about it? Write it down. Keep your receipts, and you might want to put it in a T chart, and then put needs, wants, N and W. Was it a need or was it a want? And tally that money up, add it up for 7 days, and see how much you really spent out, and see where it went. Was it for food? Was it for just quick spending? Was it, I just want to pick up some snacks, I didn't pack my lunch? What was it for? Was it let me drive over here and get my favorite drink? So take that down, take note of it, because it will really probably surprise you a little bit. And it may not surprise you. You may say, I know exactly what I spent, and that's wonderful as well. So I want to hear from you. Make sure that you connect with me, direct message me. You can go to my website, askayanna.com, or you can email me at askayannatoday@gmail.com. So I look forward to spending some time listening to what you have going on and helping you get to the next level. Remember, money is always talking, even if we aren't talking about it. You all have a great, great evening. And remember, Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. Have a good one.